different management, but we'll see.
I see. So let's now proceed to the second part of the interview, which is all about your Miss Universe experience.
Okay.
Currently, we are being bombarded with a lot of questions about it. Like, eto na. Guys, eto na. So, I'm gonna read all your questions. Pero sige, unahin na lang muna natin. Kay Angel Guevara, question for Janine. If you would represent the Philippines once again and ask the same question in Miss Universe 2018, what is the most important lesson you've learned in your life and how will you apply it in your time as Miss Universe?
God, it's so tough naman. Wait,
Oo. Sige,
what,
ano lang, parang what has been the most, sige, wag na yon. What has been the
no,
most
it's okay.
important lesson na
Most
lang you've
important
learned?
lesson I've learned.
Uh-huh.
Um, hmm, I would say patience, because that's one thing I really didn't have until now. It's so hard for me to like I said, like doing things over again and then waiting. And but with my experience, especially joining again and everything, it really taught me patience and that hard work and perseverance character, which actually helped me go through like the rest of my my life basically. So I would say if there's one thing really really important, it would be patience, because like when I first joined and I lost, it's really like it's like you don't like it, and then you had to join again and you have to train again and you have to like it builds patience in you. It builds like that character. It builds your character into like thinking like, okay, like you don't just get things so quick. You have to work for it. You have to really train your mind, your body, and you have to work hard. So for me, that's that patience, which I wish I have more.
All right, sige. Great answer. Till till this day, madami pa rin nagsasabi na ikaw yung best first runner-up or you really deserve to win that crown that particular year. So what can you say about it? Tumatak talaga yung performance mo sa amin talaga eh. When you see Philippine pageant accounts, di talaga mawawala yung mga post about your Miss Universe season. So,
I'm really like flattered, like every time I see that, oh, you should have won. I mean, I'm really grateful for that. But at the same time, it's been how many years? Like 8 years, and I feel
yeah,
like it's time to move on. Like, sometimes when I see like negative, comments like Olivia, and I feel bad for her because like it just doesn't feel good. Like when you say, oh, you don't deserve it, or someone should have won instead of you. I feel bad every time I see that, but I feel like at some point we have to move on with what happened. Like, I did my best, and I'm sure she did as well, her best, and I'm really grateful for people who think that, oh, like you should have won, and I feel like I performed pretty well and I performed pretty good, but at the end of the day, judging is subjective. Like like maybe that time the judges didn't like me, and they like her more, and that happens. That's okay. It's okay for that to happen. And yes, I mean I'm grateful, but at the same time, it's time to move on, and it's okay. It happened. And
kasi ang context kasi dito kasi parang pag pinapanood nila, 'di ba, yung pagpaulit-ulit ng pinapanood yung top 5 Q&A talaga. Parang you really gave the best answer among the five, among the top five. So kung talagang
I
yung
agree
kung
with
pag-uusapan talaga yung alam mo yon, usually 'di ba, whoever gives the best
that.
answer would
But
usually
that was
win.
for
Like,
now. It's
oo,
different.
'di ba?
Here.
Pero nagulat lahat sila parang,
Yeah.
how come Olivia won when she gave a parang very safe or decent answer compared to how Janine killed it during her time. So during her turn. So yun. So parang how do you feel I mean, curious ako, parang are you and Olivia ba have been keeping in touch
No,
since the
we're not.
competition?
We're not. I would not say we're close friends. We're not friends. So, I mean, I don't know her personally. I only knew her in the pageant, and we didn't really weren't able to talk that much. And yeah, we're not in touch. I don't have her number. so yeah, I would not say that we're close friends because we're not. So
Or
yeah.
parang haven't you parang wala, I thought kasi you guys are both following each other on IG or parang meron pa rin kayong yung kung may yung GC nyo sa WhatsApp parang is still intact wherein some of the girls in your competition are still keeping in touch with one another?
And now we have a group chat with some of the Miss Universe girls, but not everyone. And I don't think Olivia is there because remember we did the video recently that
Yes, yes.
Irene Esther started that. Minutes Fitness like, thought about it, so we were able to like reunite again. But yeah, but she's not. Olivia's not in that group chat, and she's also not in the video. So yeah. But yeah, recently we just all like talk again, like most of us, most of the girls, via through Irene. Irene like about the idea of posting the
I
video.
thought you and parang kasi I thought I just had this feeling that you and or assumption that you and Janine are you and Olivia are very close with one another.
Oh
Kasi
no.
di ba na-pull out kayo sa mga certain events, 'di ba? So,
Yes, but like that time, it's more like work, and it's more. I wouldn't say work, but it's more like a competition. It's more an event. So we're just together like during the ride, and then we probably talk a little bit, but I wouldn't say that's like the best foundation for a friendship. I mean, I didn't really get the chance to really like talk to her as much as I want to. So yeah.
I see. Okay, let's talk about your gown, your famous gown, that famous Baraza gown. Um, that gown was very different from your competitors or even to the girls na nag-succeed to represent the Philippines in the Miss Universe stage. Alam naman natin na when it comes to when the gowns are coming from Colombia prior to Miss Universe, nakikita naman natin na alam mo yon na pinapadala sa inyo rin at the last minute or nafi-fit nyo ba? So, have you seen your gown prior to the Miss Universe competition or parang may thoughts I want to ask kung meron ba kayong mga candidates na input kay Madam, I wanna wear something like flowy, I wanna wear
Well,
some
I didn't see my gown before I flew to Vegas. I didn't see my gown not until I'd say a few days before preliminary. I forgot like exactly when I saw the gown. But one thing I know is like because the thing is like with my body type, the reason why that gown is like that because my body type I have more hips, so I personally I don't want to wear something really tight because it wouldn't be. I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel I would look if it's too tight because I have more hips and less chest. It's not when every time I wear like serpentina gown, like, super tight. I don't feel like I look so good in it. So Jonas and Madam and we all kind of like okay. I think for Janine it's something that a little like open on the hip part because like I said I have hips. I have really big hips and I don't want that to be like like the that's why I don't like the super fit because I don't know I just don't feel confident in the
yes.
super tight gown. So yeah, so I think that was just one of our all of us kind of like like decision. I don't think it would fit me if it's like a serpentina gown. So I think that's why they actually created something like that, like flowy, instead of a tight gown, because of my body type, because of how I would look. So like I said, like I have hips and less chest. It wouldn't look so good if I wear like super tight. It wouldn't be so proportional. So I think it's just my theory. I think they created something like flowy and loose at the bottom part. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know how with the color. I don't know the fabric. I don't know. I didn't know it was gonna look like. But we just had like more like a thinking of what we think would fit me more, or would look good in me more. I would say.
Wow, I find it very interesting. So, sinabi mo yung pinag-usapan niyo ni Sir Jonas, yung mentor mo, kung anong magandang gown na na aakma sa'yo for the competition.
Or yung
And
hindi akma, yung hindi mag-fit. You know what I mean? Like
oo. So, ano yun? Tapos sinabi niyo sa Binibini, like, Sir Ines, kay Ma'am
well,
Liliana, parang
it's not like
kay
it's
Madam.
officially told. It's more just like a discussion. Like, okay, what
Oh,
do you think would fit well? What do you think would not? It's not like we talk about it like officially. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. more just like, those moments when you're both together and when you're like, okay, I think this would look good, this would not look good. Just I don't know. It's just like some casual talk, especially with me and Jonah, because I talked to him more. So for and I kind of agreed with what he said. Like, I don't think a serpentina gown will look good on me because I didn't, and I don't like a serpentina so much anyways. I like the flowy gown. So yeah, and then I don't know. Um, Probably because
Kasi
I didn't
ang
want.
cute lang, nag-collaborate yung Binibini tsaka yung hindi naman collaborate in every sense of the word, pero medyo nag-collaborate in a way
We
si
are not
Sir
all
Jonas
like
tsaka yung
together.
huh?
But the gown was basically the gown was made of course for Baraga. So it was Madame Stella probably who told him what to do. I don't know how they talk, but yeah, but it wasn't Jonas telling them. It's more like Madame told him. But yeah, but we kind of like agree in one I would say look or taste. Like, okay, like I think it would be better. It wouldn't be good to wear a serpentina, which most candidates normally wear. Like, right, like a lot of candidates wear a serpentina gown, like, or something fit. And unfortunately for my body, that doesn't work as much as good as we I want it to be.
Ah, I see. I really find it interesting. Parang, wow, may story yung gown mo pala.
Yeah,
The reason, because yung, ano man tawag sa design, flowy gown, no? Parang tawag
I
ko
know
nga doon,
it's
panty gown,
super
kasi
flowy, yeah, but
nakikita
yeah,
yung
it's
ano
more
mo eh.
flowy, which I like actually. I like more flowy gowns than tight gowns. That's just my preference.
It's my first time to hear that, ah. Parang your mentor and the madam kind of collaborated or talk about or even discuss
Mm.
the gown design that you would be parang you would want to wear on
Mm.
your
But yeah,
competition.
but we didn't
It's
see
never
it.
been
Yeah, Jonas didn't see it either. Jonas only saw it when I sent him a picture and asked him for help. Like, okay, how am I gonna walk this gown? Because I haven't really, I don't know what it looks like. So yeah, yeah.
so nung when you saw it can you walk us through during the first time you saw your gown in Las Vegas? Super napawaw ka, parang
I mean,
nakuha mo yung
when I
peg na
saw it,
gusto mo.
I actually like that. I like the, how do you say that? Like the design at the top, like the yung shining part, and
Oo.
yeah, I mean, oh, that's another thing. That's why that the top part is kind of like that because, like I said, I don't have chest, so we needed something that would look more, more would look bigger than usual. Like, because so that's why I think that's why they added more of the emblems and more of the design at the top. Because I don't have, I'm really like flat chested, so that's another thing that I feel like that's just my theory, but that's another thing that they put into consideration when thinking of a good gown for me, like because I have flat in here, so they had to add something. So that's why I feel like they put the stuff there because I cannot make my own cleavage, so they had to add something. But yeah, when I first saw it, I like the color. I really like the color a lot, but I just didn't know how to walk it. I don't know what to do with it. And I believe even Jonas, in the beginning, he didn't see it in person. He just saw the picture, so he had to see it in a preliminary for him to know how would I walk it. So that's why my walk as well in the preliminary and the finals are different. So in the preliminary, I wasn't holding the gown because it wasn't planned. We didn't know. Jonas just told me, okay, just walk like that and do this and that. The second time he before the finals, he said, I think it would be better if you lift the gown up because it's see-through, and I feel like it, and he thought that's how it should be because of the pleats. So it's not just like falling or like draping across my body, so something different. So he thought of like, why don't you lift the gown and why don't we see how it would look. So that's why the second time around I had to I lift it up. So that's basically the story for it. So like, it's more like just planning how to work with it, which I cannot come up on my own. So I always have to ask Jonas on what to do, especially with walking. Yeah.
Pero nung nakita mo yung gown, unang fit mo, nag-fit talaga.
Oh yeah, yeah.
hindi maluwag sa'yo, parang it snugly fit your body.
Yeah, yeah, it fits.
Perfect.
Mhm.
I
Plus,
see.
I feel like there's nothing. I mean, it's not gonna be super because, like I said, the bottom part is flowy, so you don't have to worry about that part to not fit. The top part, only the waist part is, the tight, the one that you should fit really well, which they know my size, they know my body measurement. So yeah, I mean, it fit really perfect actually when I wore it. We did. I wasn't in that position of like getting scared or getting nervous that it won't it won't work. So I feel like what that time my only worry is like how to work it and how to walk in it. But the fit and everything for me it fit perfectly. So that's the body fit.
So overall, love mo yung gown mo sa Miss Universe.
Yeah, I like it. I like the gown. I wouldn't say
Parang looking back,
I'm like wow, wow. I wouldn't say like, oh wow, this is the best gown ever. No, I wouldn't say that, but I'm okay with it. I like how it looked. I feel like it's elegant. It's different. So yeah.
kasi, yeah, so, okay. So kasi 'di ba, ayun naman ang importante the girl has to walk confidently with the gown that she likes to wear. In your case, nakuha mo naman yung gusto mo, like, na-adjust yung sa bust area, tapos hindi tight fit, flowy, so you could move around. So, wow, alam mo, ngayon ko lang nalaman 'to, Thank you for revealing that 8 years after
Yeah.
na parang there was some sort of a collaboration between you and between your mentor and Binibini to execute what kind of gown you would wear for siguro
Mhm.
favorite ka ni Madam. Kasi
I
hiningan ka niya ng input.
She loves
Feeling mo,
it. I mean, I think she likes me. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're especially the second time around. I feel like we're really like chill. Like we're like BFFs. But yeah, I feel like she likes me. I mean, I felt that. I'm gonna
kasi,
be honest.
kasi for her to ask your camp to or even parang kind of discuss the type of gown,
It's not like she asked my camp like what to. She didn't ask my camp, but
pero
it's
it was brought up in passing in
like
one of those.
yeah, like. And I feel like with her
Oh,
as well, she knows my body type too. She knows it so well. Like she saw me like 2 years. And even with her, the boob, the chest part, that's always her worry. Like especially on swimsuit for all this. Yeah, that's now I remember. Like she would always like, yeah, add more pads because I don't have chest. And it's always a hassle for me to add pads because it's so tough to add pads in swimsuit without it being shown. But yeah, that's one of her main concerns with me. Yeah, it's yeah, don't be too skinny. She doesn't like me too skinny. She said, "You're not. This is not modeling. This is a pageant. Don't be too skinny, but just add more pads, especially when it's swimwear." So yeah, that's funny. Yeah, actually, now I remember.
love ka talaga ni Madam.
Yeah, actually,
Feeling
I
ko,
was thinking about it. I actually
now
like.
that I also think about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah, no, she
Oh
likes.
my God, hindi ko alam yun about Madam, She asked for some inputs from her reigning queens. I
Yeah.
always thought na parang it's always Alfredo Baraza who just creates a design
Mm.
out of thin air and would just
Well,
hand it down to the Filipino reps during the
Well, I think at the end
competition.
of the day, we all have, one common goal, and that is to win. So I don't think she would want me to wear something that would not look good on me. You know what I mean? So I mean, at the end of the day, she wants me to win as well. So yeah.
Wala lang, parang napamahal ko pa, parang na-love ko pa si Madam even more after
Yeah,
your
no, alam mo
revelation.
na, Stella.
I mean, love ko na si Madam, parang ngayon parang, wow, Madam, may ganyan ka palang mga side moves na hindi namin
And I feel like
alam.
that's why I feel comfortable with her, and I feel like more at ease. I feel at ease with her because I feel like she as well likes me personally, and she knows my personality. She knows that I'm a bit that I'm this that I'm. She knows all our differences, like the reigning queens. It's one thing I think it's one thing I like about her. She kind of feels people. She kind of like knows our personality, and by just like interacting or just looking at us. So yeah, I felt that with her. I felt that she likes me. So
I see. Okay, moving on. Let's go to your final Q&A answer. It was super iconic. Super iconic ng answer mo, and you really delivered it very well. I'm sure madaming pageant fans like me who know it by heart and even memorize it till this very day. And yung sagot mo talaga up to now, I feeling ko still very relevant, especially with what's going on in Miss Universe nowadays. So, what can you say about it now? Some people are even asking if our future reps can speak Tagalog and mix yung mga answers. What's your take on this?
I mean, I always believe that if you're more comfortable with Tagalog, speak Tagalog, 100%. Like you wouldn't want to put yourself in a situation that you'll be walking on eggshells, or you'd be like so like tense, like oh my gosh, how can I express myself in English? I personally would be okay with someone speaking Tagalog, just for, because that's our native language. But if you're more comfortable in expressing yourself in English, then, and if you're really fluent and comfortable in English, then speak English. For me, it's just whichever you're more comfortable with. In my case, I would not say my grammar is perfect. I would not say I'm really fluent in English, but I can express myself better in English. I prepared in English. Like when I was training for Q&A, I always have quotes, lines in English. So I'm more confident in using English in answering. But yeah, but for some candidates who prefer Bisaya or Tagalog or whatever their native language is, I would say use that. Just so you don't put yourself in a situation that you might be embarrassed because you weren't able to express yourself properly. Yeah.
I see. For you to come out with that kind of answer, feeling ko talaga pinaghandaan mo eh. So, how was your Q&A training during your time? Talagang intense? Kasi alam mo yon, talagang kasi natandaan ko noon nung you were the third representative after Venus. So parang imagine the pressure, di ba? So can you walk us through how you prepared for your Q&A? Katulad ka rin ba ni Pia na parang may mga dalang notebook, even dinala niya all the way to Las Vegas?
I'm very particular with Q&A. I've said this in my other interview, and I'm saying it again. Like I don't care if people say I'm ugly or fat or if I look bad, but I would not want people to say I'm dumb. So if there's one thing that I really prepared really really well, I would say it's Q&A. I would not want to look like stupid in front of national TV. That's one thing I'm really really careful of. I mean, although I did several times, but I mean in terms of Q&A, like I would not want to answer something that's so far from the question. So I'm very particular with Q&A and in answering questions, especially I know in Miss Universe that's one thing that they really want. So yeah, I always have notes. I always have notebook. I watch films, good shows, and I train with ACES. We also have a training with Binibini. We have personality trainings. So yeah, I did a lot of trainings, but I don't think 2 years of training is enough for Q&A. I always say this: Q&A is something that what you say in that split second, or what you think in that split second, it's not just a product of 2 years of training. It's more like a product of your life experience. So I know that's why I think from childhood until now, it's that moment of like character building, all your memories, all your experiences, what happened to you, what you believe in, your opinions, your belief system. It's all like it's all important, because that would come out in that split second of thinking. It's not just the 2 years that I trained. So yeah, every time when someone asks me like, so what's your tip? I mean, I really, to be honest, I don't know, because I cannot share to you what I experienced. So I feel like the best thing is to just go from your own experiences and just work on that, like what you believe in, what's your opinion on some things. Yeah, but yeah, I'm very particular with Q&A. I always have my notebook, which I don't know where I put now, but yeah, I would write quotes and lines and everything else that I hear that's really good. I would ask my mom, I would ask my trainer, I would have ACES, I would have Tito Nad, and I would just ask and keep watching and keep reading good stuff. So yeah, I love training for Q&A. It's the best.
I see. Even naman talaga, I mean, okay. Super I see talaga. Kasi alam mo yun, to be honest, tumatatak talaga yung mga sagot mo sa akin. Yun nga, Miss Universe answer mo, childlike faith, di ba? Sa baby. So, super, alam
I
mo yun,
got
you
that
really,
from, yeah, I think I that was like a paraphrase that I did from a show that I watched. Yeah.
I see.
So yeah, it's important. See, like it's just those small bits and pieces of information that you get from your everyday life. It's important.
Okay, it's been almost 8 years since you competed. What was the best memory you had there in Las Vegas? Meron bang mga moments pag naaalala mo na it makes you cringe ngayon?
I don't know why this particular event it just it was in my head because like one time when we were walking in the hotel, so it's you know it's always a line of the girls like walking, and then I forgot where we're going. I think we're going to the food court. I mean the restaurant. I forgot, but we were in line, and then there were, of course, there were fans, there were people there screaming, but there was one guy, and I believe he's American. He's not Filipino. He's I believe he's a white American. He shouted like so loud, like Philippines, you're the best. And I don't know, I just like make me like, oh wow, that's so nice because he's not even Filipino, so he's not even there to support me. Probably he's probably just there. I don't know, to play in the casino or whatever. But yeah, he shouted that. He's like, Philippines, you're the best. And it's like, oh wow, that's really touching. So yeah, I felt that that time they liked, you know, they liked my beauty and they like how I my look in the US. So yeah, that made me really flattered.
Oh, exotic ka talaga dun eh. Talagang hit na hit yung beauty mo dun eh. So right now kasi, alam mo, nowadays in Miss Universe, just like during your time then, it's really very hard to predict. It's really hard to predict who will win the crown, di ba? Year in and out. And take us back to 2012. During that time, meron bang heavy favorite si President Donald Trump? Kasi we all remember that you were competing under his era, the Trump era.
Mhm.
So, or was it all chika-chika lang yung mga
I mean,
tungkol sa mga Trump
I'm
pick
sure he does have
cards?
a favorite. Like I feel like if you're the owner of if you own the franchise of Miss Universe, then of course you should have a say. But I only met him once. So I'm not in the position to tell like who his favorites were. I don't know. I have no idea. But I only met him once, and that was just for a photo op. Like quick second of like shaking his hand and smiling for the picture and the next candidate. That's it. That's the only time I met him. And he wasn't there as much as I thought he would be in the events. I actually never saw him in an event except for that picture taking and the Miss Universe final. That's it. So yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does have favorites. Like who wouldn't have? I would have as well from the owner, right? But I remember when I met up when we were doing the photo op, like so we shook hands and then he said, "Oh, very beautiful, very beautiful. You're very and then we took a picture and then that's it. And then we split and then the next candidate. So yeah, because each candidate had to take a picture with him. And I didn't even have that picture. I feel like it would have been fun if I had that picture, especially now with all the things that's going on. But yeah.
Wala ba nung time na nung sabi mo, di ba, may event na or parang courtesy call siguro yon na parang sinashake hands niya kayo isa-isa. Parang, pero na-feel mo ba na parang walang mga tao sa paligid niya yung nagte-take down notes or parang, okay, kunyari, shinake yung hands mo, parang, okay, may witness person. Okay, Janine, ganyan. Walang ganun na
No,
parang witness.
I mean,
Parang ano lang, purely, okay, photo op
yeah,
purpose lang talaga.
because we were on stage and I'm sure they do, like, especially the Miss Universe organization. I'm sure because they have their say, especially for the after preliminary, they always have their say. I'm sure the Miss Universe organization would always have their like personal bets on who they want to work with, of course. In the closed door interview, they're inside the interview, not just the judges, but also the Miss Universe organization. They're listening to what we're saying. Like I forgot if Paula Sugar. I think Paula Sugar was did the closed door interview, and they're all writing down notes. They're all they're all listening. So I'm sure they have a say. But during Trump, when I met Trump, no, I didn't see any of those. It's just we're on stage and it's just the two of us and the photographer and the next candidate.
Okay.
We're so good.
Okay, Bill Miranda is asking here on Facebook. Bukod sa iconic yung gown mo, yung kamay mo rin during your evening gown competition during the finals made it so memorable. Parang sino nagturo sa'yo ng mga gano'n-gano'n yung
Oh, of
parang
course, Jonas. Who would have thought of that? Jonas.
ah,
Who would
talaga?
have thought of those, with those other things? Yeah, I
So
would
even
not come up with those.
so ni-rehearse niyo yun between prelims and the finals, if
Well, I
ever
didn't
may
get
free
the
time?
chance to rehearse with Jonas anymore when I was in Vegas. So it's more just texting, which I believe Pia as well. Like, she would like. I remember Mamaru was saying like she would message them like if this is a good look or if not. So in my case too, like we don't have the chance anymore to train. When can we do it? There's not a day that we can go out and train with Jonas. So it was just more on texting and more him like instructing or sending pictures, sending videos, and me sending videos back or okay. And then when
Oh, I
the
see.
preliminaries, like he saw like okay, I think you should do this and that. But yeah, I didn't get the chance to actually rehearse it with him. But he thought of it. He thought of everything.
I see, ayun. Oh, there you go, Bill, nasagot niya yung question mo about that particular aspect of the gown. So,
That's my favorite part. Actually, the hand. I like that part.
yeah, ang ganda eh. Yung parang wow, sabi
Like
ko, ang galing. Tinuruan talaga siya. Parang, yeah, confirm si Sir Jonas. So, do you still get in touch with your batchmates in Miss Universe? Have you met, you've answered this already. So talaga no, I mean, bukod dun sa, aside from the WhatsApp group that you guys have been maintaining now, that's it.
yeah.
Other than that, kasi I asked this question because, MJ's batch is very
Oh
active
yeah,
with
that's
their
so
yearly
cool.
reunions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
not
parang feel
we're planning to meet up, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. And we're all coming from different parts of the globe. But yeah, we this is actually the first time that we had a group chat together. Thank God. But yeah, I know I'm jealous that MJ's batch is actually like that. Like they still keep in touch. They try to meet up every year, which is really good. I mean, I wish it's the same with our batch, but it's not. But yeah, I applaud them for that. That's really nice actually. But yeah, with us, no, we're not like we haven't kept in touch for a while. It's just now that we started because of the pandemic. We started to make a video together. Yeah.
so any chance for Olivia to be part of that group chat?
I don't know. I don't have her number, so if maybe someone would add her up, I don't know. I would.
Okay. So sayang na sana mag-reunion din kayo nila Irene. I mean, are you even close? I mean, do you still talk to her? Si Irene, si
Yeah, we follow each
Australia.
other on Instagram and we talked recently for the video. So yeah, she's really sweet and she's really nice. So hopefully we'll make it happen.
All right. Nung time nyo kasi, after entering an international pageant and pagtalo ang mga candidates natin, move on na tayo. But now kasi yung trend, you see girls na nagko-crossover, they join different international pageants. What can you say about it? You were so young then. Was there any moment you wanted to join another pageant organization?
Well, in my case, no, I wouldn't want to join any other pageant. My target was Miss Universe, and that's for me. That's it. I mean, that was my goal to join to compete with Miss Universe Miss Universe. That year. So I didn't really I didn't even like put into consideration or entertain the idea of joining a different international pageant. I only wanted Miss Universe. But I mean, some girls some girls love it, and I would say just do what you want to do. If you want to join another pageant, why not? Go ahead. If they love the experience, they love the work. So I'm completely okay with it. But in my case, I just wanted Miss Universe that time, and then after that, I wanted to do something else, which is moving here. So yeah.
Miss Universe or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Miss Universe or nothing. If we didn't win Miss Universe back then I would have stopped and I would have, like I would have done something else already.
Okay. Um, whose was ano yung sino was it really your dream to penetrate the uh well, later na lang yon. Sige, later na yon sa next part ng program and
Mm.
next part ng interview. Okay. As we all know, Miss Universe is being owned by a different set of people, WMEIMG, ever
Mm.
since President Donald Trump ran for presidency. So, eto ang tanong ko, do you think you would have done well too under WIMG WMEIMG era?
I mean, I don't know, but one thing I've noticed recently, like the Q&A is really a big thing, and it's just more nerve wracking now. The questions that they ask, it's really like straight to the point, current events that sometimes people don't want to talk about or don't want to, you know, like when you're asked something about an opinion on a very like a big issue, there's always two sides of the coin. Either one is against it or one's pro it. So it's kind of like it's hard to answer because you don't know what if the judges is pro it and you said something against it. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's way tougher um, right now. I would say I would have done pretty well. I would say in the Q&A, but it would definitely depend on who I'm competing with and who are the people there. If they're also good and if they're also great at answering these big issues, I would have probably 50-50 chance. But I would
50-50.
say I would if I one thing I always do is I always prepare. So if it was the same setup as today, I would know what to prepare for. I would study a lot of the current issues, and I would make sure that I have a standard, I have a say on each issue, what's going on, whether if it's racism, whether if it's the political thing we're in right now, or all that. So I would always have that prepared answer, that belief that I want to say. But I don't know. I feel like it would have been tougher when the past years that I've been watching it. It was so tough, and I'm like, gosh, it's like I don't know what. It's hard when it's a national TV, especially
Yeah.
if it has to be like about political things or about about the drug issue in the Philippines and all that. So yeah, but I'm sure I would have been able to answer. I always have an answer, but yeah, but I just don't know how people would perceive it or how people would feel about it. But yeah. I would give
So,
it a chance, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tougher than I would say. It's way tougher than my year because we only had one Q&A, and now they even have that in between interview, like that quick fun interview when you get called in top 10. I was like that for me. That's the tough. That's even tougher because that's improv, and that's like that's like just like they want to see your personality, your fun side, and that's always tough for me. So yeah, I would say it would be a hard time.
I see. So, basing from your answer, I assume you can survive 5 interview rounds
Oh yeah, I can. It's
for a
just
3 hour telecast.
yeah, I would say I can. It's not I'm not saying it like I'm not boasting about it. I'm sure I can, but it's just tough. I would say I would be really nervous, and I don't know what I'm gonna say, but yeah, I would prepare for it for sure, but it's tough when it's like those political issues and the current event thing because there's always two sides, and you don't know what if you offended the one of the judge with your answer, like what if they're completely against it. So yeah.
So, curious lang ako. Sabi mo kasi paghahandaan mo, 'di ba? Had you been competing right now, 'di ba? Kung sakali. Ano kaya magiging advocacy mo kung sakali?
Oh, that's easy. Like I've always been a supporter of human trafficking, of anti-human trafficking organizations. So that's basically my main. That would be my main advocacy, especially like it's a problem that people don't want to talk about because it's too harsh and it's too heavy. Especially child human trafficking. It's rampant all over the world, even in Philippines. I supported like an organization in Philippines actually that help human trafficking victims, children. So yeah, that would definitely be my main, and that's also true to my heart, and that's one advocacy that I would keep on supporting and and doing something about. So yeah, that for me is fixed. Like that's one thing that really bothers me. It's that human trafficking, and I would support that 100% anti-human trafficking organization. So I wish we had
Okay.
that, that part in Miss Universe, but we didn't. So yeah, because I would have done that, and I would have you know showed a lot of stuff.
Okay. There's this Gianna Margarita Llanes is asking. She is competing for Miss Earth Philippines this year. She is an aspiring beauty queen and a radio DJ at the same time. She has a question. What's your advice to fellow Morena girls when it comes to embracing their features amidst the beauty standards in pageantry. Love you, Janine.
I love you too. I mean, now times are changing. I mean, there's more diversity and there's more, freedom, I would say, in terms of that. I mean, especially here in the US. So I would say just love yourself and love what you have and use that. It's always good to use what you have because it's hard when you aspire for something that you don't have and you're not gonna have. So just be confident and love what you have and who you are. And once you have that confidence, it would show it. You would see it. People would see it. So that's the main advice that I would say. Just appreciate what you have, love it, and use it because only you have it, right? So yeah,
I see. Yeah, love your own skin.
definitely.
Kasi tayong mga Pinoy, 'di ba, aminin natin, 'di ba, kaya nga hit na hit yung mga glutathione at yung mga skin whitening products na yan dito sa Pilipinas because we wanna achieve a fairer white skin. So,
Yeah.
what can you also could you also could that also be your advice to young girls who are blessed with the same skin as yours to really, love their own, 'wag ma-insecure?
Yeah, I really don't get the. I've never used glutathione to be whiter. I use sunscreen for sure, but I don't get the glutathione or all those. But yeah, I would just say love what you have. It's very important. Um, and just appreciate it. Just appreciate your skin. It's a lot of people want to have that skin actually. So just think about that. Here, a lot of people want to be tan. So just think about that. So people always love what they. People always want to have what they don't have, and we so focus on the things that we don't have, and instead of focusing on that, instead of focusing your energy on that, why not use what you have? That would be a better way of improving yourself. So yeah, just really love what you have.
Okay. A lot of our followers are still commenting na you should have been the one who won in 2012. Ang dami. Shane Morales Garcia keeps on reminding us that. So, nung top 5 ba, 'di ba pangalawa ka sumagot, 'di ba? So, ikaw ba can you walk us through parang during can you walk us through your uh mental process during that time? Kasi 'di ba you were the second to answer.
Mhm.
Una si Venezuela pero Venezuela fumbled her answer. So ikaw, so you delivered yours very well. Tapos nung after natapos yung top 5 portion, parang did you really think na okay, I really have a good shot of winning
Oh
this?
yes, of course. I mean, I was very nervous before Q&A because I'm always nervous with Q&A, but I love it. But I'm nervous all the time. But after I answered, I was like, okay, I feel like I nailed it, and I didn't like. There was a part that I lose at my train of thought, and they're like, I was like, okay, I feel like the words that I used weren't as good as how I wanted to be. But yeah, I feel like after the Q&A, I was just so relieved, like that I didn't make myself look like a fool. So yeah, I was thinking, oh, I have a good shot, and I knew, and I kind of felt that I was gonna be in the top two. I knew that, like I felt that, like it's either I'm a first runner up or Miss Universe. So yeah, I was. I feel like, and especially after hearing everyone's answer for the top five, I was way more confident because I knew I answered really well. Yeah.
So at that point, sino sa tingin mo yung, kung sabi mo, it's either Miss Universe ka or first runner-up, so sino sa tingin mo yung parang makakalaban mong matindi?
I actually
Yung
don't
very
know.
moment na yon,
I
na
feel like
parang,
that time it could be anybody. Anyone, it could be anyone. Like I also forgot.
even Venezuela, after giving you that kind of,
Venezuela, USA, Brazil, right?
yeah, and
And
Australia,
Australia.
nung parang, okay, parang, etong si girl ang makakalaban ko sa top 2.
Well,
Parang,
uh, I would say Venezuela and USA.
talaga?
Venezuela because I don't know because my mom said it was gonna be USA. She told me that from the very beginning, which is weird. Like she said, "Oh, it's gonna be you and USA at the top two." I'm like, okay. that's really weird because at the end it really did happen. Um, but yeah, I would say I was thinking either Venezuela or USA for the final. But I was scared actually that South Africa, if South Africa would have been in top five, because she's really good in Q&A.
Melinda Bam.
Really good. Yeah, Melinda Bam, she's really good and she's really she's quick too, when she answers. So I was scared if she was gonna be in the top five, then I would say I would, because I know she was gonna nail it like that. So,
So destiny mo talaga.
yeah. Maybe, I don't
No,
know.
speaking of Olivia again, kasi 'di ba top 2 kayo? And I remember during one of the pre-pageant activities, you and Olivia were pulled out for a TV appearance, for a TV guest appearance in a certain newscast or news TV show.
It was
Um, ano yun, parang paano kayo nasabihan? Or parang during that time, nagkaroon ka na ba ng inkling na, oh shucks, parang I'm one of the favorites?
Oh yes, of course you would feel that. I mean, you would always feel that if you're one of the favorites. I'm always in the events. I'm in the sponsor shoots. I was with the shoot for Chi. Um, and I was in that interview. Of course, yeah, I felt it. I felt that I was gonna be in the top, at least the top 15 or top 10. So yeah, I felt already that that I'm one of their choices.
But before that, 'di ba, you had a you had an activity with Mexico when you visited both Pacquiao when you
Oh yeah.
visited both Pacquiao and the Mexican fighter for their
Mhm.
ano. Parang nung time na ba yun, parang na-feel mo na rin ba? Kasi that was a few days after the fittings and registration eh. So parang alam ko that was the first event, if I'm not mistaken, correct me guys sa comment section, na talagang medyo wow, na-single out si Janine. Or was it because Philippines-Mexico yung
Yeah, I
boxing
don't know
fighters kaya?
that it's Philippines, Mexico, and come on, who would you send if it's of course it's the Philippines and Mexico who's the
Mhm.
better candidate to send, right? But I don't know when I felt that I was one of the favorites. I would say I felt it early on. I don't know exactly where, but I would say I felt it early on that I was one of their choices. I know I just felt you just feel it. I would say it's hard to say why or how, but you just feel it if they like you or not. You know.
Because probably of your attitude. Siguro hindi ka, alam mo, nakasimangot, hindi mabait ka sa
Yeah,
mga
personality
chaperones.
definitely matters to them. Of course, they don't want to work with someone who they're gonna have a trouble with, or
Mhm.
But yeah, but I would say that's one, and then just nice and not
Wala,
pasawan.
nakakatuwa lang eh, kasi parang, so, nakakatuwa lang when girls are being, kasi sasabihin kasi nila, pwede mo naman kasing sabihin, di ba, na, okay, these are, pwede sinasabi ko favorite ka, pero pwede mo naman sabihin i-defend sarili mo, no, I am just, I just happen to be one of the sponsors' favorites. Alam mo yun, pa-humble ka. Kasi nga, iba naman yung mag-judge sa inyo sa finals night.
Mm.
'Di ba? Pero looking back, pwede mo bang masabi kung sino yung mga napu-pull out sa mga sponsor shoots based on experience mo,
Uh,
will do well, will be the judges' preference din later on during the final show?
I
Or
actually
subjective yan?
don't know how they choose it. But I remember trying to think who else was with me. I remember Poland one time was with me in shoot. South Africa, Venezuela, of course, USA. I don't know exactly. I forgot now, like who were normally in the shoots, but it's
Mhm.
normally a mix. Like some of the people that are in the shoot, they didn't even make it to top 15. So it just really, I don't know. It depends. But I don't know. I don't know how they.
Okay, let me do a reverse psychology. Siyempre ngayon sinabi mo favorite ka, di ba, during that time. Kunwari, hindi ka napupull, for the sake of argument, hindi ka napupull out sa mga special shoots na yon, sa mga sponsor shoots, sa mga special activities. Um, kung ikaw yung isang candidate from a certain country na weak sash, or ikaw, kunyari, hindi ka na-pull out, would you feel bad?
Of
Or
course.
dapat, would you brush it off?
No, I would feel bad, of course, because like especially with someone like me that you really go there to win, and then you weren't even noticed. Of course, you would feel bad. That's just a normal um feeling. Like as this human nature that uh yeah, I would feel like, oh my gosh, like I probably would feel discouraged, like if I wasn't told. And yeah, and I knew that already even before I went to Vegas. I knew that like our previous representatives like Shamsi and Venus, they're also always pulled out of events. So you know already how they work. So if you know if they're not gonna pull you out, then it means that you're not the same as the first two representatives who did pretty well, who went the top five. So yeah, I definitely feel bad. I would definitely feel discouraged, and I probably would think like, okay, I have no chance at all, basically.
I see, okay. Alam mo, one of the most unforgettable things na na ano mo sa amin, napakita mo sa amin was your attitude towards us, towards your fans and bashers, lalo na on social media. Alam ko, nabash ka rin heavily when you were competing prior to Miss Universe. So, pero hindi mo, I never saw you making patol or, making, getting back at them even for once. So, can you tell us how were you able to handle that kind of pressure? Kasi
I mean,
tricky.
I was really pressured even before, without the bashing. I would already feel pressure because of Shamsi and Venus making it to top five, of course. But one thing I would never do is go and read comments, especially maybe in the beginning. But I stopped it the moment I knew it was too harsh, because, like I said, I'm new in the pageant industry, so I didn't know that there were like websites that they would really like talk about you. And so I didn't know all that. But when I started learning about it, and I would like see like, oh my gosh, people are can be really harsh. So I would just like, at some point I stopped reading, and especially the second time around, I would never read comments. So that's one thing, like just don't read. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help Philippines at all. So yeah, I think that's one thing. Really stop reading. Like there's no point of reading comments, because you just get affected either way. Like even if you say you won't get affected, you will get affected, because those are words, and words are powerful. And I was already pressured with because like when I joined the second time, I wasn't as fit as I want to be. I was more on the heavy side, so I had to lose so much weight. And Jonas as well was like, if you're not gonna make it to top five, don't even come back, because you're gonna get more bashed. And then Jonas is like that. He's fun, but he's also like, you're gonna get real trouble, because for him I was really like the most bashed, like beautifully during that he handled. So yeah, so I was pressured already. Like so that's one thing. I would not read comments, and I would just focus on training and people that would actually help me. And I already get a lot of bashing from Jonas, so that's enough. Bashing. That's enough bashing
Talaga.
of training. Because Jonas is also really straightforward. Like, okay, you have to lose more weight. You have to you walk like this and that. So yeah, so I already get a lot from Jonas. So that's enough. That's enough for my training life. So yeah, I don't need any more bashing, because Jonas gives it already. Just kidding. But yeah, I would just won't read it. It's it's not good to read those things. And at
So
the
do
end,
you think yeah. So
go ahead.
do you think those things that Sir Jonas told you really made you a stronger and more competitive candidate
I
leading
was
up
really
to
competitive.
Miss Universe?
I was already competitive, but yeah, but Jonas just helped a lot, and Aces in general, they're like family to me. They help a lot, and they kind of like boost my confidence, because your teams are prepared.
So looking back, na-appreciate mo yung mga karinyo brutal na ginawa sa'yo ni Sir
Oh
Jonas.
yeah, I love Jonas. I know he loves me too. So so yeah, like yeah, we have that relationship of like we love like hitting it and attacking each other, but it's more for fun. We have that relationship, but yeah, I know like he always says I'm one of the pasaway girls to him. So yeah, but yeah, I know he loves me.
Oh my gosh. He just celebrated his birthday, no? So
Kissing each
do you
other.
miss him?
Yeah, I miss all of them. I miss Aces. I miss my friends there. I miss MJ, Shamsi, Venus, Ira. I miss everyone. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to going home.
Pero I see nakikita-kita rin kayo sa States every time he visits you there in New York.
Yeah, yeah. Every time he's here, I would always message him like until when, if I'll be able to see him. Because one time he was in LA, but I wasn't in LA. MJ as well. When MJ was in LA, I tried to see her because I'm really good friends with MJ. Probably MJ is my closest friend. So Sabini Bini. So yeah. So I try to like really keep in touch.
Oo nga, nakita ko yung closeness nyo nung backstage nung nung 2014, nung 2014 coronation when she finally won. When she was being, in the middle of her media interviews, ina-ambush siya. Tapos nakita ka niya dumating. Tapos Janine, gumano siya. I remember that. Tapos ikaw, you were on your way to your dressing room siguro to change dress na kasi tapos na yung coronation. Nakita ko talaga na parang yung love niyo sa isa't isa.
Yeah, I love MJ. She's really like she's a great person, and it's just very easy to be at ease with her, especially like because I'm not the type of person as well who's very talkative and who's very like like MJ is very welcoming and very easy like to just start a conversation with. So yeah, I never lost in touch with MJ. Like even until now, we would always like message, and if I'm there, I would definitely see her. If she's here, I would definitely see her. So yeah.
Nakakatuwa kasi 'di ba? Kasi ako the reason nagulat ako doon sa gesture niya sa noon eh. Parang oh my god, she's very close pa pala with Janine all this time. Kasi considering nung nangyari sa inyo noong 2012, 'di ba? You won the crown and then
Yeah.
she did not get one of the crowns. So parang I thought parang medyo magkakaroon ng alam mo yung strain yung relationship niyo. Pero nakakatuwa na parang super alam mo yun, you guys did not let that 2012 episode to kind of ruin or affect your relationship with one another.
Yeah, but like I said, that's one thing really nice about Enbridge. She's very easy to talk to and to she's just very welcoming, and it's just when every time I talk to her, it's like I knew her already from like years and years ago. So yeah, she has that like personality of like it's just so light and so chill to talk to, and that's why it's easy. It's so easy to just like reach out to her again and message her even if we haven't talked for a while because I was here already. It's just easy to like, oh hey, let's meet up, and if you're here, let's meet up. If you're in LA, let's drive around. You know what I mean? So yeah, she has that personality, and I really like that about her.
Okay,